Hello everyone. We are Tatsuya Kaneko and Sudo Yasuki. We would like to talk about trade liberalization by focusing on the real example. This is the world steel prices versus the US domestic steel prices. The topic helps me to understand the government policies like tariffs and even if affect the global market. We have three main points. Firstly, big price gap US versus world. Steel price these are very different around the world. In China, steel is about 410 dollar per ton. In Europe, it's around $6,035, but in the US, it's $850 to $900. One big reason is tariffs. In 2025, the US raised steel tariffs from 25% to 50%. This made imported steel more expensive, so fewer foreign companies sell steel in the US. With less competitions, US steel companies can keep prices high. This shows how one policy can change domestic prices a lot. Secondly, who wins and who loses? The winners are US steel companies. Because foreign steel becomes more expensive, US companies face less competition. They can sell steel at higher prices and make more profit. Some factories may reopen or hire more workers. Steel producing areas may see more jobs and more money in the local economy. For these communities, tariffs can feel like a big recovery.
However, there are also many losers because of these high tariffs. First, downstream industries such as construction, automotive, and machinery companies face higher costs. Since steel is an important material, expensive steel raises production costs. For example, construction projects in the US became about 6 to 8% more expensive. Companies need more money to build houses, offices, and infrastructure. In addition, uh, car and machinery manufacturers struggle to compete globally because their production costs are higher than companies in countries with cheaper steel. Next, let's look at global impact. China continues exporting large amounts of steel because of overcapacity. Since the US market became harder to enter, Chinese companies sell more steel to other regions. As a result, many countries have started anti-dumping investigations to protect their domestic industries from cheap imports. At the same time, Asian steel exports are shift to Middle East and Southeast Asia, including countries like Saudi Arabia and Vietnam. Finally, global price volatility is increasing, meaning steel prices are becoming more unstable around the world. Now, we'd like to ask some discussion questions. First, what are the advantages and disadvantages of high tariffs on imported steel? Second, should countries protect domestic industries or allow free trade? Finally, how do changing trade routes affect the global economy? And this is a reference. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.